It's okay if you don't know, but it's not okay if you don't try. Hi, this is Kalpana Reddy from Krishi High School. Today I'm here to discuss about class 7, chapter 5, that is oceans and fishing. Okay, before moving into the topic, children, I would like to wish you all a happy and a healthy morning. Hope everyone is doing great. So, I just want to remind you once again that eat healthy, stay safe, stay home. Okay, children? And boost your immunity level, eat healthy food maximum. Okay, children? Okay, so let's move on to the topic. So, as said, today's topic is about oceans and fishing. So, I just wanted to remind you that in the year 2011, that is March 11, 2011, tsunami attacked Japan, if you remember. Okay, so why it was the earthquake because of the plate movement which uplifted the Cephalo, isn't it? Do you remember or not, children? So similarly, there was one more tsunami occurred in Indian Ocean, that was on December 26, 2004. Isn't it, children? Did you remember or like you forgot it? So it was on December 26, 2004. The tsunami occurred in Indian Ocean, and it was like it affected like very nearby countries like Maldives, Sri Lanka, India, Indonesia, Thailand, etc., which resulted into the destruction of property and life, isn't it? So because of which like the you know like the what like which is the southern tip of India. The southern tip of India is the southern tip of India is Indra Point, isn't it? So due to the tsunami which occurred in Indian Ocean, so totally that southern tip means Indra Point has washed away. Okay, that means complete destruction occurred in that point, and we are left with only the southernmost tip of the land. So here is a like a small I mean to say activity for you. You need to find out what is the southernmost tip of land now, what we are left with. Okay, children? Okay, and let's talk about the earth. So you all know that earth is a unique planet, isn't it? Because it consists of water, air and land. Why it is called unique? Because it consists of water, air and land. Yes. So we know that these all three things are very, I mean say it's mandatory for survival, isn't it? Without these three things we can't survive. Yes. So as we have already learned in the previous classes that the total earth or the planet is covered with 71% of water and only 29% of land, isn't it, children? So out of that 71% of water, only 1% is a fresh water. Only 1% is a fresh water, and the remaining 70% is salt water. That means which is not fit for consuming. That which is not fit for consuming. So let's in this chapter we are going to learn that why the 70% of water is not in use, and how it like it's in what way it affects us, isn't it, children? In what way it affects us, what exactly goes on, isn't it, children? So in this lesson we are going to learn about these all things. So before moving into the topic, I just wanted to share few slides for you, children. Okay, just be connected with me. I just wanted to show you like how exactly it looks like. Yes, one second, just a moment. Yes, so oh yes, so yeah. So what exactly the oceans are? So what exactly? So like if I like tell you in a simple word, oceans are the large water bodies, isn't it? Oceans are the large water bodies. So we have four oceans, that is Indian Ocean, Pacific Ocean, Arctic Ocean and Atlantic Ocean. So ocean relief, what exactly the ocean, like we know that land relief, yeah, different landforms like mountains, plateaus, like rivers, valleys, etc., isn't it? So in the same way we have ocean reliefs also. The floor of the ocean is not flat surface. So I hope that many of you will watch National Geographical channels or the Discovery channels, where always they will telecast like I would say the activities which they have shooted deep below the oceans, isn't it? So yes, you have seen or not, children? The swimmers, they'll swim and they'll show the different ocean reliefs also. Like if you have noticed, they'll telecast many things, they'll shoot many things which go which goes on deep into the ocean. Yes or no, children? So the floor of the ocean is not flat. So don't think that the floor of the ocean is flat, children. So it is just like the surface of the earth. So how the surface of the earth, it is covered with different landforms. In the same way, ocean also, it consists of hills, mountains, plateaus, plains and trenches. Okay, children, what do you mean by trenches again? So I guess you are familiar with mountain, plateaus and plains. Then what about the trenches? So the trenches are nothing but the deep, narrow, depression of the which is the complete deep depression of the ocean bed into the ocean bed. Okay, deep what I can say, deep hole in the simple word, if I say. Understood, children? So many trenches on the ocean floor are so deep that even the Mount Everest is placed in them. That means what? It will drown completely. So we know that the Mount Everest is the highest peak, isn't it? So so you can imagine the height of it. So there are few trenches, oceanic trenches. They are so deep that even the Mount Everest can be placed in them. Is that clear to you? Okay, next move on to the next slide. So here I've shared you few images about the deep into the ocean, the trenches, the different ocean reliefs. You can see, children, how beautiful the image is. Yes, I guess like in many of the, I mean to say, channels, you might have seen this like I mean to say videos, this type of videos, isn't it? Mostly like these things happen with the National Geographical Channel and Discovery Channel, I guess. Yes. So yes, I've shared for you to make the concept more clear, children. Just have a look on it. Okay. Yes, so these all things are deep below the seabed. Okay, these all things are deep below the seabed. That means what? It is just like our landform. It is not the flat surface. What it tells, it's not the flat surface. You will find mountains, plateaus, plains, everything. Okay, children? Yes. So the movement of the ocean. So movement of the ocean. The water of the ocean are never still. Ocean water have three kinds of movement. They are waves, currents and tides. So if you might have visited to any of the beach like Vishakhapatnam beach or any other beach, Chennai beach or whatever it is. So like if you have experience with any beach, you might have noticed that the ocean water is never still. The ocean water is never still. So there will be a lot of different types of movements, isn't it, in the water, in the ocean. So they are called as waves, currents and tides. I repeat once again. So the different movement of the ocean are waves, current and tides. Okay, so what all this? So I just have shared the image. Just have a look, children. So different motions of the oceans, different motions in the oceans. Okay. Yes. Okay, so first we'll talk about the waves. Water on the surface of the ocean rises and falls. So water on the surface of the ocean, it rises and falls just like in the image. Yes, so they are formed when gentle wind scraps across the ocean surface, and the fast wind causes a big waves. So when the wind blows with a great speed, so it causes a big waves. Okay, children. So it's a waves are nothing but the rise and falls. The like water on the surface, it rises and falls, so that is called the ocean waves. Okay, children? Yes, let's talk about the currents. In the ocean, water is found to move from one part to another in big streams. So generally when you notice the water, it moves into a big stream. Okay, the stream which flows constantly in one direction, So there is it flows like two ways, children, from equator to pole and from pole to equator. Okay, here again we have again subdivided into two types, warm current and cold current. So let's see what are warm currents and what are cold currents. So the warm currents flow from the equatorial region to the poles. Okay, it flows, the stream water constantly flows towards the pole from the equatorial region. So they are called as warm currents. So vice versa. Next is the cold current. Cold current is nothing but like the cold current flows from the poles to the equatorial region. Okay, children, is that clear to you? Okay. Next, coming to the tides. So I have shared the image. You can see, children, it's very easy for you to understand. Okay, tides are the rhythmic rise and falls of water in the ocean every day. So generally, there will be a rhythmic rise and fall in the water. Okay, you might have seen, if you have experienced any beach, definitely the concept is very clear to you, children. Okay, all places on the coast experience some hours of low and high tides. Then again, tides are of low and high tides. Okay, children. So generally in the coastal areas, definitely they'll experience some hours of low and high tides. Okay. When the tide is high, water comes up to the coast for some distance. So if the tides are very high, the water comes to the coast distance. Okay. So at that time, what happened? The fishermen will go for fishing. So these help great fishing. As low tides begin, again the water moves back from the land. Okay, children. So the tide take away the mud like brought down by the rivers and preventing sitting. So here when it like I mean say when it goes back, okay, when there is a low tide, so when it carries the salt, it carries the sand along with it. Okay, it carries the take back the it carries the sand along with it, whatever like what was deposited. So that will be again written back. Okay, children. So the mud which is brought by the rivers. Okay, children, and prevent sitting. Understood, children? Okay. So next, the oceans are the main source of rainfall, isn't it? So we know the water cycle. Yes, we have learned in previous classes also what is water cycle. Yes, children. So the oceans are the main source of rain. How the rain cause, you know, na, the process, the evaporation, precipitation, and everything, etc. Yes, they are the storehouse of fish and other seafoods. So we know that the oceans are the storehouse for aquatic life or the aquatic animals. Yeah, ocean water is always saline, and if you taste the water, if like if you have experienced any beach area, so generally when you play in that water, okay, near the beach, so sometimes the water, like you will consume the water, and if you taste it, it will be salty. Okay, children. So the ocean water is always saline. That means it contains the mineral salt. It contains the mineral source, the main source of salt, okay, which is dissolved in water. And the other thing is the ocean provides a like natural highway for the international trading. So natural highway for the international trading means what? Business. So we'll export and import the things. So we have different ways again, roadways, airways, isn't it, waterways. So here these oceans are the natural ways, highways for the international trade. Means from one place to another place will import and export the things. Okay, children. So I'll just share the image. So yes, so aquatic life, as I said, so the oceans are the storehouse of the aquatic animals, fishes, and everything. So I've shared the image, and here this side we have salt, isn't it? They are the main source of salt also, as it contains the mineral salt dissolved in the water, right? Okay. So next coming to, it is also a source of it like international, I mean to say international trade. So here you can see the boxes, they are exporting and importing goods. They'll import and export through waterways also. Yes, children. Okay, I hope you have understood the concept, what exactly I've explained you, children. Okay, so with this I'm going to just wind up the session. Tomorrow we'll continue the next class. In the next session we'll continue the lesson again, part 2, children, which is about fishing. Okay, so before winding up the class, I just wanted to discuss about homework. Your homework is lesson 4, tanks and groundwater. Only textbook question and answers you have to write. Okay, so only the backside, after like the backside of the lesson, whatever the questions are there, you have to write that. That is from lesson 4, children. Is that clear to you? Don't get confused. It's lesson 4, tanks and groundwater, question answers you have to write. And then the next thing what I want to share you is, whenever you're posting the homework, children, please, like it's my humble request, you text your name and class and the session also, to which session the homework belongs to. Suppose for example, if you're submitting the like this session homework, you have to write session 7, your name, your class, and session 7 also. Okay, children, every time you have to mention that, so that it will be easy for the teacher to assess children. And when you're uploading in Google Classroom also, as it is registered, if it is registered with your parents mail ID, so obviously you have to mention your class name and your name, not, if not class, at least your name, children. Okay, because like when it is registered with your parents mail id, your parents names are reflecting. Okay, so to make it clear, for further clarification, you just mention your name there also. Okay, children, and I've seen that most of them are responding in Google Classroom. So it's very good sign, children, and I want even the other students also to follow the same process. For that, you need to first download the app, children. Please download the app and keep it ready, because shortly I'm going to send a screen sharing video for you, in which it tells you clearly that how to upload the homework. So before that, what is your job? Your job is to download the Google Classroom app and keep it ready, so that by after seeing the video, okay, then it will be easy for you to upload the homeworks. Am I clear to you? I hope I am very clear to you all, and whatever like I have explained, it has reached you 100%. Okay, and make sure, don't forget to write your name, class, children, every time. Text the name, and not only on writing on the paper, you have to text it, your name, class, and with your initial. Okay, children, and the session, the homework, what, and your cutoff timing is only 24 hours. If you're posting after that, that will be not considered, children. Am I clear to you? With this, I'm going to just sign off the class, children. Thank you for being connected with me.